overall, with the CR, as our leader just noted, we have broken the Christmas omni, and I have no intention of going back to that terrible tradition. So there won't be a Christmas omnibus. As somebody asked me in the hallway a little while ago, will there be many buses? We don't want any buses. We're not going to do any buses, okay? And we got to get through this. So look, everybody understands the necessity. It is not palatable. This is the sausage-making part of legislation that nobody likes, but we're governing, and we'll pick it up in January and start a brand new day for America.
We got to talk about the continued resolution, the CR, because Speaker Mike Johnson is trying his hardest to push it through. Now, I think we may have defeated it, okay? So I will say that, but I will get into that a little bit later. What this is just absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. We got a lot of work to do, guys. Yes, I know we won, right? We won. We got the cackling, whatever you want to call it, out of the White House, where we kept her out of the White House, okay? We got Uncle Trump back, but we've got a lot of work to do, because if this continues, we have a Republican Speaker of the House. Rhino Republican, but we have a Republican Speaker of the House, and he's using some of the same tactics that people like Nancy Pelosi used to use. Wait until the last minute, right before Christmas. Hey, let's take a vote, or we're going to be here for a while, guys. Hey, vote so we can all go home. It's the same exact tactic. And I want to show you guys this from Nancy Mace, because she actually printed out this new CR, and your jaw's going to drop. Now, this is funding for like 2 months, 3 months, okay? This bill is 1,500 pages. Look how thick this is.
Okay, so we printed off the CR that dropped last night and the last CR that Congress did. And wouldn't you know, the CR that was done in September went from September 26th to December 20th, 85 days for this CR. It's 21 pages. Now we have the next CR that we're going to be voting on in the next day or two. It is 1,547 pages. And wouldn't you know, it lasts for a shorter period of time, 84 days instead of 85 days.
That is 84 days worth of spending. 84 days worth of spending. Look how thick that is. Now, I think that's intentional for a couple of reasons, right? One, it's a tactic to slide by a bunch of stuff, okay? Slide by 60 more billion for Ukraine. As a matter of fact, here is some of the things that are included in that bill that Speaker Mike Johnson wanted to pass. Gain of function research. Yeah, we know what that did recently. Mask and vaccine mandates, funding for that. 12 new biolabs. Pay raises for Congress. I believe it goes up to, from 174 to 243. They'll be making $250,000 a year if this bill would have passed. 60 more billion for Ukraine. A DC sports stadium. Why in the world are we paying for a stadium? Carry on. Congress blocking subpoenas for their data. We'll get into that a little bit later. Yeah. You read that right. Anyway, corrupt emergency powers, legal process quashing, expansion of the government censorship center, molasses inspection funding, woke term changes from offender to justice involved individual. Yeah. Transparency in concert ticket pricing, elimination of the word homeless, allowing lawmakers to opt out of Obamacare. Yeah, the Obamacare that they passed. Federal swine eradication program. Absolutely crazy stuff. Yeah, 174 to 243 pay raise. Crazy. Absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. But that is what our Republican Speaker of the House want it to pass. And it gets worse because, like I said, that bill is so thick in part because they want to hide things from us. I mean, that's the only excuse for a bill for the next 84 days to be so thick and to be dropped upon us in people in Congress a day before they were supposed to vote on it. The spending bill would have blocked RFK Jr. from updating his HHS protocol on vaccine injuries. The secretary may not revise the vaccine injury table to include a vaccine for which the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has issued a recommendation for routine use in children or pregnant women until at least one application for such vaccine has been approved. Upon such revision of the vaccine injury table, all vaccines in a vaccine category on the vaccine injury table, including vaccines authorized under emergency use, shall be considered included in the vaccine injury table. An injury or death related to an administered at a time when the vaccine was covered countermeasure subject to declaration under section blah, 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 not eligible for compensation under the program. So basically, what RFK Jr. wanted to do was make sure that vaccine manufacturers could be held accountable. Okay. And what something in this bill did was that it basically prevented that. It would stop vaccine manufacturers from being held accountable for their terrible actions. And once again, we have a Republican Speaker of the House. But that's not all they tried to pass.
Congress just got caught trying to put $100 billion on our credit card. How long does $100 billion last? Probably all year, right? No, 2.5 months. And then they do it all again. Look at this. Look how many pages this is. It's 1,500 pages. They released it last night. We're supposed to read it and vote on it today. But no one read it except us. They tried to write into law that no one's allowed to look at Congress's emails. So if I get a subpoena, you get a subpoena, we have to hand our emails over. But Congress, if they get a subpoena, they don't have to. So if Trump wants to investigate the January 6th committee to find out what happened, you can't see the politicians' emails. If Nancy's texting Paulie P. about investment opportunities, no one's allowed to see it. Congress just tried to write a law that puts them above the law. I thought no one was above the law. Didn't they say that all last year? Congress is also funding a censorship program. They're giving money to the State Department to censor things that they don't like online. We're funding Congress to take away our free speech. And remember, vax mandates, they're back. Congress is funding more vax mandates, for the next pandemic. The section of the bill is called Pandemic Preparedness. Gain of function, the risky experiments that flew out of Wuhan and killed 1 million of us. Congress is trying to fund gain of function research again.
Oh, man. Listen, I'm part of me isn't shocked, right? But then, part of me still is, because it's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm going to play this clip from Dick Durbin, Democrat Dick Durbin. Check it out.
Members are giving themselves a pay raise. Do you guys deserve a pay raise?
Well, that's news to me. It's good news. What has it been, 10 years or 14 years? And
I love how he acts like he didn't know.
no COLA, no change at all. I think it's about time something's done.
You support giving yourselves a pay raise?
How would I not know about a pay raise?
But I mean, people look at the performance of Congress and say, why should we give them more money?
What about the media? Think about that for a second.
And we're not paid by public money.
I know you're not, but half of your listeners are not there anymore. You're still getting the same paycheck? What's going on?
Now, I will admit, Dick Durbin had a little bit of a point there. It is interesting, right? But people like Rachel Maddow actually recently took a pay cut because of said reason, okay? But then also, it's like, you don't know you were getting the pay raise? I mean, I guess it isn't completely far-fetched that he didn't know because of how thick that thing is. That stack was just absolutely massive. You guys saw it. So I guess it's not completely out of the question, but it's just like, really? Really?
We're told right now in the past 30 or 40 minutes here that they might try to pull this interim spending bill off the floor and maybe just go with a clean bill. Unclear what that means for disaster assistance. Here's what happened. A post on X by Elon Musk sent shockwaves through the Capitol. House Republicans were trying to see if they have enough votes to pass the spending bill in the next hour or two. Musk posted that anyone who votes yes should lose their office in 2 years, and lawmakers are scrambling.
I agree. 1,000. Man, shout out to Elon Musk, bro. Shout out to Elon Musk. Elon Musk has come through and saved the day. Yet again. Yet again. You know why? Because people know that he has a lot of money. And people know, hey, he can throw that money around a little bit. He starts funding your primary opponent, you're going to have a hard time winning. Real hard time winning. Just saying. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Hey, look, listen. I'm going to stand right beside Elon Musk. If any of these folks in Congress, in the House, in the Senate, if they step out of line, listen, I'm going to be shouting from the mountaintop about who their primary opponent is. Okay? Boy, listen. they going to have a hard time winning. Real hard time winning. Matter of fact, I can almost guarantee that they won't. But listen, this is how it has to be, guys. This is how it has to be. They want to play hardball, so we'll play hardball too. Okay? We have shown that the power isn't with mainstream media anymore. It's with independent media. Elon Musk has shown, hey, listen, we aren't playing around anymore. We're not. We're done. We're done. Gone are the days of us voting for you and y'all just going back to the same old song and dance as you like same old shit as usual. No, we done with that. We done with that. We want change. We're demanding change. And if you don't give it to us, we'll vote somebody in that will. Simple and plain.
The tweets from Musk, has that complicated this?
Well, I mean, I think that there's always a lot of interest in what's happening up here, and
This is more than interest. They're telling people if they vote yes, they should be voted out.
the social media world is a part of our politics, and I think members have to expect that. There will be a lot of hard votes in the next couple of years.
A member of the House Republican leadership told Fox that Musk is not helping. The lawmaker added that Musk has bigger fish to fry than picking a fight with House Republicans.
And I want to know who that is. I want to know. Because they first on the chopping block. They the first to get voted out. Listen. They gonna get Liz Cheney'd, okay? They're out of there. Out of there. They gonna get voted out so badly. It's gonna be so embarrassing. Same way that Liz Cheney went out. Yep. I need to know who that is. I need to know.
One source said the bill is now bleeding support from the GOP. When
Good.
asked how many Democrats the GOP needs to pass the bill, a senior aide replied, quote, a lot. Lawmakers who had hurricanes devastate their districts are torn.
The fact is that, look, this is a sandwich. I don't know how else to say that. We're being forced into this position. They could have done a standalone. They did this because they knew that it would put members in this position to support it. We're damned if we do. We're damned if we don't.
Now, the bill has about $100 billion in.
Now, Anna Paulina Luna, don't vote for it. Don't vote for it. We understand. We will understand. And I know for the people that are going through, tough times because of the recent hurricanes, that's a hard pill to swallow. But enough is enough. Enough is enough. If we keep bending over and letting them spank our ass, they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it. This is the same song and dance. They give us this fat, overly bloated bill to pass, and they sprinkle in a couple incentives. Oh, wait, look, guys, we got hurricane relief in here, too. See, if you don't vote for it, that means you don't want to help the American people. No, actually, we do. And that's why we're not voting for it. Give us a clean bill, and let's vote on the hurricane relief separately. That's what we're demanding. We're done with the games. You're not going to dangle, because they always do it this way. They'll put something in there that's like for the American people. Like this, hurricane relief. And then they'll try to make people who don't vote for it sound and seem as if they're terrible folks. No, we done with that. Anna, we understand what this is. Don't vote for it. To any and every Republican, don't vote for it. Don't vote for it at all. You can't, because they're going to keep doing this. They're going to keep doing it. It's going to happen again next year. Same old song and dance. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Let me know if y'all agree with me. Let me know if you think I'm crazy. But listen, I'm just tired of seeing this stuff. I ain't even been in politics that long. And I'm like, yo, this is the same song and dance every time. At what point are we going to say no? At a certain point, you got to draw the line in the sand and say, hey, listen, we done. You're not going to keep dangling this stuff above our heads, forcing us to vote for it. At a certain point, you know what I mean? At a certain point, you gonna stop wanting to get. I'm not gonna say that. But like I said, at a certain point, you got to say no, in my humble opinion. But what do y'all think?
Disaster relief, nearly $30 billion to restock FEMA's coffers, and there are lots of health care provisions. Jamming everything together in one bill means some Republicans will not support Mike Johnson for Speaker in January.
Have any other of your colleagues said that they're not voting for Johnson? Any expressed?
I've talked to a few, who don't seem like they're going to vote for him. You have to ask them. I'm not going to betray anybody's position.
Will you just vote president, or will you vote someone else's name?
I'll vote for somebody else.
Shout out to Thomas Massie. That's one of the good guys right there on your screen. Thomas Massie out of Kentucky. It's one of the good guys. I'll get into that a little bit more here in a second.
Now, Johnson can only lose one vote and still win the speaker's race on January 3rd. Some Republicans ask how things are different with a spending bill like this under Johnson than former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. The funding deadline is Friday night.
Shut the government down. Shut it down. They want to play hardball. Let's play hardball. Shut it down. Shut the whole thing down. Get rid of it. Matter of fact, just throw away the government. Fuck them. What they doing for us anyway, right? I mean, I'm sick of this stuff. I really am. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. But once again, shout out to folks like Thomas Massie, that have been on the right side of just about every single issue. Every single issue. And I'll say this. I don't think it's just enough. I don't think it's enough for us to only make our voices heard when we're upset. Okay? I think it's important that we make our voices heard when we're happy about something as well. So I think we should all hit up Thomas Massie and let him know how much we appreciate him. You know, I think that's important as well. We got a lot of changes to make, and I think that would be a great thing to do. Letting these Congress men and women know how much we appreciate them when they're doing the right thing, right? Don't just hit them up or call their office whenever we're angry. Call up Thomas Massie's office now, right? Thomas Massie is one of the good guys. Also, another good guy is Ralph Norman. Check it out.
Have no pay fors? How does that work? No family or business would do that. And no family or business, as has been mentioned, how do you read? A speed reader can't read 1,547 pages in less than 24 hours. It's insanity. Now, the next question is, what are you going to do? Friday at 12 o'clock, the budget. I mean, that's when the shutdown. Well, look, it is what it is, and we got to face it. But rather than saddle each one of you young people with more and more debt, it's insanity, and it flies in the face of the Doge Commission. That's what everybody's excited about. Yet here we do this. Makes no sense.
Exactly, makes zero sense. Some of the same folks who, oh yeah, we love the Doge. We love the Doge. Government officials say, yeah, we got to clean this up. Are some of the same folks that are going to vote for that bill, that were in support of that bill. Once again, shout out to Ralph Norman out of South Carolina. Call him up. Let him know we appreciate him for standing up and speaking out against this nonsense. Okay? Anna Paulina Luna. Call her up. Let her know we appreciate her for standing up against this nonsense. And let her know that we understand why she's going to vote no for this. You know, because part of me feels bad. You saw the clip of her. She was like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. My people need relief. There's relief in that bill for my people. But at the same time, there's a lot of BS in this bill too. So what am I supposed to do? You know, I feel like she feels like she's in a tough position too. So call her up. Let her know we appreciate her. All right? Let her know we appreciate her and we understand why she's voting no. And she has to vote no. Forget that relief. Not forget it, but within the context of that bill, forget it. We need the relief voted on separately, by itself, period. But of course, the establishment knows that the only way that they're going to get people to vote for this crap is, one, force it down their throats at the last minute and put in stuff like that pulls on their emotional strings. Oh, it's relief funding in here. You can't vote no against that. These are your constituents. They need funding. Okay, put it in a separate bill then. No, we got to vote on this all together so we can get out of here and get home. Well, you should have thought about that weeks ago. Just saying, man. Are y'all as tired of this as I am? I ain't even been talking about politics for a very long time. I'm still new to this, and I'm already sick of it because this is absolutely ridiculous. These games, and yet again, this is another reason why I can't be a politician. I'd be up there cussing people out, bro. I would be up there cussing people out. I would not be professional about this at all. You know, bro, Mike Johnson would get an earful. I would be calling him all types of stuff. You know, people think Trump is bad. Oh my goodness. The stuff that would come out of my mouth, bro. You know, goodness gracious. Don't put a camera in front of my face while I'm pissed off either. Because, you're going to have to bleep a whole lot of stuff out. Whole lot of stuff. Because it's ridiculous. Why do we keep playing these silly games? As if the American people are stupid or something. You know, like, stop playing games. Let's get this done so we can all get home. Like, what are we doing? Like, that would just really piss me off. And I'm just not for the games, man. I'm not. Like, we here to handle business. Let's handle business like adults, not these little silly games. Like, no. I'm not with it. Can't do it. Anyway, y'all let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Thanks for tuning in as always. Peace and love. I'm out.